Hello, in this episode we're going to have a bit of a departure from garden design and do table centre design instead, as it's that dreaded time of year. Yes, delightful Christmas is with us yet again, sneaks up every year at alarming speed. So I'm going to demonstrate, or try to, it's been eons since I've last done table centres. Before I trained to be a garden designer, I trained to be a florist, but got quite bored of that because it's very repetitive and I'm not good at doing repetitive things. But anyway, back in the day, I used to make hundreds of the things. So that was about 30 years ago. Let's see if I can still manage it. Although it's not getting off to a great start because there's one rather vital ingredient missing. But anyway, going to try and wing it with some Play-Doh. Okay, so this is the base for the table centre. It's somewhat larger than I would have liked. Ideally, I'd have wanted about that size. I popped a couple of nails in it to hold what's meant to be clay. I haven't been able to get hold of any clay, so I've ended up with some children's, whatever this is, plasticine stuff. So the nails, what you should have is something called dry hard, which is a clay that, as the name suggests, sets quite hard, thus holding everything in place. So this isn't going to set hard, but it is quite firm as it is. And what the nails do is it just grips the clay in place. So we need a bit more. I've tried to use the foulest colours at the bottom. Here's the candle, beautiful beeswax, the smell of that. Incredible. Now, normally I like quite big red candles, but this was the one I found online. I was expecting it to be a brighter colour than this, but anyway, so it's a bit on the pale side. Just going to wedge that. So you need enough clay under it that you'll be able to put the branches in, and then enough around it to hold it in place. So again, this really isn't the correct medium. Clay is much better because it's softer, it's more workable, and then it grips everything solid. So this is the main base of it, and it's AB's Nobilis, the noble fir. So the pieces I'm looking for, this branch is chunkier and it's bluer, so I always cut it right at the base because I don't know how long I want it yet. So that it goes in the clay better, you just want to pull off those first little needles, and then it doesn't hurt to have it pointed, go in the clay a bit better. Now I'm going slightly up and under because I want it to point down. I don't want it to look like it's levitating. Now, unfortunately, this piece is curling up and I want it to push down, so I'm going to try and put it in higher up the clay. So now we want to fill out in here and make a diamond shape and use some of the not quite so good foliage. So I'm just cutting everything off at the base because I don't know how long I want everything yet. So that's the shape I've got so far. So now I need to fill in all these gaps. just add the bling. So I'm going to take this to pieces. Always try and put a bend in with anything artificial, just so that it softens it a little bit. So I'm kind of on a test pilot now, just where I've got gaps. There's no particular rhyme or reason. Right, so I've got some little bits and bobs which would be nice to scatter on, some natural, but I also like to gild some of them so that we've got a bit more bling, just a little bit. So I've got some pure gold. No wonder it's so expensive. So we use a glue gun for getting these bits on. Now, if you haven't got a glue gun, you can just wire them on. It's just a little bit quicker. Always have a bowl of water near you. There's many a Christmas I've ended up with very nasty burns from a glue gun. Okay, I was using them all day long, which didn't help. So whilst I'm not in the mood for particularly much bling, this is a little bit too natural, a bit too dull. I think what it needs is some nice white berries, something like that, but in white, sort of creamy white. But I haven't got any, so you're going to have to use your imagination. These flowers will open up to cream, hopefully by Christmas Day. So that will help. Possibly try adding a little bit of this just tucked in, just needs a little something. But other than this, I've run out of stuff to put in it, so that might be helping. I don't know. What do you think? But anyway, you get the gist, hopefully, of how to make it, and then you can make it as blingy or as natural as you like. Yeah, I think that's just lifting it a little bit. So I think with a few white berries, that will finish it. Let's show you this side. So there we go. One Christmas-ish table centre. Imagine it with a few white berries. I'll take the red just in case my mum wants red. But it definitely needs something. So I hope this tutorial has been helpful and that you have a lovely Christmas. I shall go hunt for some white and gold berries to finish my creation. So until next time, take care.